Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Chubb will have the first down and much more. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Titans nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Browns, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 4 down.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 5.
Get off the field. Check your hot read. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Go.
They run out of the gun with Swift. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
60 Bobcat.
He'll drop to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Check 50. Check 50. Hey, smash Rocco. Jam. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Check in. Hey, I'm
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man has Goddard, the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating
boy, you ain't got no feet.
Titans. Henry Ruggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. To throw is Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, here's Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift in a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Watch one, watch one. We got trips over here. Trips over here. Let's go.
2nd and 4. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch the safety.
On 1st down, Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Let's go, baby. Check 3, check 3.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
6 guys. Check.
On the handoff, this is Swift. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of it, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You ain't got nothing. Hey, check 24, check 24. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Hey, watch twist.
Now Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play action. Now Wilson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Second and 9.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Looking to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
What we got?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Second and 3. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion...
And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it is incomplete. They had a defender running right with him. And now it's third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish, because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And in incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
We want it. Come to my work.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it go again. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dust.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They've played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Mike, Who that? Mike 5.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. The 40. He's at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Monty Rice gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
I got you, son. I got you, son. 70 Ranger.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans have made this a one-score game. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. McCann's got it teed up. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now it's Wilson. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away, but could not. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Second and 12.
Wild Bill. White ball.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And the half will begin with a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Check 26. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 36. 36.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now third and 3.
It's now third down and 3.
On the set. Mike, 8. Let's go one more. Buffalo 18. We got 4. We got 4.
They'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's fourth down. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he fields it cleanly. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Browns will take over, first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, Cleveland.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
Let's go, D.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Let's go. You got tight right there.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is going to retire.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Browns add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you... Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Titans. Henry Ruggs, 75 yards. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Browns drive about to get started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jalen Phillips able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They go play action now. Wilson. Catch is made by Hardman. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Milton Williams there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check safety, check safety. Check 24, check 24. Out, out, Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kick team, pioneer.
Once again, it's Swift. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Titans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Hey, number 28.
They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it. 12.
Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Check 52. Hey, zero.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's caught left side by Hardman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They give to Chubb out of the gun, and he will have the first first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Completes it to Hardman. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing is Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 75 yards. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
McCann's got it teed up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 149 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Watch the run.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Working with a 2nd and 4.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Like 5.
A run for Nick Chubb. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now Chubb, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say,